Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? With the recent success of the Witcher Netflix show, the Total War community has banded together to create 2 new Witcher-themed mods, which will be coming soon. The first of which is the Northern Kingdoms mod for Total War Attila, coming January 17th, 2020. The second, the Witcher Total War mod for Medieval 2 Total War Kingdoms, and that is yet to be decided. I'm a huge Witcher fan myself, and I would love to give these mods even more traction, so support mod spotlight videos like this and the mods pages themselves. It really helps out a bunch. So first up, let's have a look at the Northern Kingdoms mod for Total War Attila. There are currently 3 playable factions in the build, and this is a custom battle mod only for now. There are 14 units with the Empire of Nilfgaard. They have Nilfgaard Heavy Shock Cavalry, along with Nilfgaardian Swordsmen. They have Nilfgaardian Heavy Pikemen, Nilfgaard Spearmen, Nilfgaard Squire Swordsmen, Nilfgaard Longbowmen, Nilfgaard Crossbows, Javelins, Sword Cavalry, Heavy Shock Cavalry, Warhounds, Catapults, and Large Catapults. The second playable faction on our list is Redania. We have the King Radovold V of Redania, the king leading the army. Redanian Sword Guards, Redanian Heavy Pikes, Heavy Pikemen, Guard Halberds, Light Spearmen making up the Spear Infantry variant, Melee Infantry with the Guardsmen, the Nivgorod City Guard Swords, and the Flaming Roses Heavy Knights, along with a skirmisher contingent of Rodanian longbows and cavalry contingents of Rodanian light horsemen, artillery Rodanian catapults, making up the army roster. But last but not least, we have the faction of Tameria. King Faustus of Tameria is going to be leading this army. You can play as Vernon, of course, as well. Vizima City Guard Halberds make up the spear infantry, along with Tamerian pikemen, Poor infantry, Tamerian front swordsmen, and a Tamerian catapult unit. So you're going to be able to get your hands on the Northern Kingdoms Total War Attila mod on the 17th of January 2020. I've been told by the mod leader himself that the mod is more like a playable teaser than a full fleshed out mod for now, as there are only 3 playable factions that are still yet to be balanced properly for multiplayer purposes. An interesting side note as well, some of the models in this mod are from the 7 Kingdoms Total War mod team, which Blickmang allowed him to use. Some further FAQs regarding this mod. For now, there is not going to be a campaign for Total War Attila, as the map is hard-coded, and they're not going to switch away from Total War Attila yet, for example, like to Rome 2. Regarding naval battles for this mod, yes, there are customizable ships for Total War Attila. However, they are quite difficult to mod and code, so they're going to have to play it by ear on that one. So what can we expect in the coming weeks and months for this mod? Well, he plans to implement more generals, the separation of Nilfgaard in the Empire army, more playable factions like Iridan and Sintra, more unit types, and better balanced units. So go check out the mod DB page if you haven't already. The question I want to know is where and which faction you'll be adding Geralt of Rivia to. I personally think that you should just add him to all factions so you can play around with him as a general unit. That would be quite cool. Moving on now to the second Witcher mod of today's video, we have the Witcher Total War for Medieval 2 Total War Kingdoms. A mod's release date which is yet to be decided. The Witcher Total War is a total conversion mod of Medieval 2. You're going to be allowed to play as your favourite factions from the Witcher books, games and comics, and the TV series, taking heavy inspiration from all mediums, featuring recognisable characters and settlement. Right now, the mod is in a slow process. However, you're very welcome to help join the team. They are looking for 3D experts, scripting, artists, even voice actors for some units. And so if you want to help them out, support them. The starting dates for the campaign mod for Velen and Nivgorod will start in 1272. For the grand campaign itself, it will be 1269. There are currently 30 planned playable factions, and there is unfortunately only going to be 7 cultures due to the hard coding of Medieval 2. For the Northern Realms, there are 13 factions from Tameria, Redania, Nivgorod, Rivia. Within the Southern Realms, there are 10 factions from Sintra to the Nilfgaardian Empire. The Dwarves will have a playable faction along with the Skellig clans. Along with the Wild Hunt, regarding gameplay mechanics on the map, they will have a garrison script for very basic peasants, and they do like the idea of once you conquer a region to be able to recruit vassalized units and replenish and retrain them. Moving on now to the FAQs. How will the events in the Witcher games work in the mod? For example, the different endings. Well, you kind of decide as you play, for example, who wins the Third Northern War. They also plan to implement 199 regions in the Grand Campaign, as that is the hard code limit for Medieval 2. Map-wise, they are using the CDPR for how shorelines, mountains and major rivers looked and are described, where settlements, regions and minor rivers are as well. Unit cards wise are going to be heavily inspired by the card game Gwent, of course, along with the majority of loading screens coming from the Witcher games and art. The question regarding how monsters will be implemented into the mod, as they are a huge factor in the Witcher universe, they've made the decision to not go down the route of having werewolves and ghouls march together like in Total War Warhammer. However, what they're going to do instead, they're going to have like a script in mind that will include monsters and how you react into the incursion of them in your realm, for example. This also brings up the topic, how will witches themselves be implemented in the campaign? Well, they've made the decision to have 6 different witcher types, 1 for each school, and they all act the same way as one individual unit, or into the campaign map themselves with the monster scripts. And if you should hire them and toss a coin to them. There will be custom battle settlements for certain factions. For example, there's already some 3D rendering done for Crow's Perch already, and some of the playable faction flags have been completed as well. From Tameria, Redania, Nivgorod, Nilfgaard, Skellig, and the Rebel Monster faction. Further information can be found on the ModDB page, which will be linked in the description below, along with future developer diaries as they come out. You can go find them over there. This mod as well will take inspiration from Divide and Conquer, the Third Age mod, The Elder Scrolls Total War, Stainless Steel, and Beginning of the End Times. So when is the estimated release on this mod? Well, I'm afraid there's not, as there are only 3 people working on this mod at the moment, but you're more than welcome to shoot them a message over at the ModDB page if you want to sort of help them out. So there's still a long time to come for this mod. Thank you very much for watching today's video, guys. I've had an absolute blast making it. I'm a huge Witcher fan. I just really want to give these mods more traction where I can. And I can't wait for you guys to finally get your hands on them as well. So if you want to see more Witcher mod content on the channel, let me know in the comments. And if you want to help them out, the best thing you guys can do is leave a like and a comment. Support these type of mod spotlight videos by myself and other content creators creators you see on YouTube, and go over to the Mod DP page and even leave just a nice comment like, hey, I was sent here by whoever, or even just like, hey, I really support this mod, keep it up guys, keep up the great work. It really gives them motivation, and it just helps put more spotlight and traction so we can get more of these fantastic mods made. Unfortunately guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.